Hello and welcome to Tarot for Seekers. I'm Adriana. I'm a Master Soul Path teacher and guide. And today I wanted to just do a simple 3-card reading to shed a little more clarity on where we're going, what's really going on here, and what's the next step. I am tapping into a specific energy, and that is the energy of those who really want to go forward and on to their next. But keep in mind that there's still a little bit of collective energy in that. So this will not be as specific as it would be if we were doing a one-on-one reading. Okay, using the Star Tarot deck. Learned about this deck from a student a few years ago, and it is really a beautiful, beautiful deck. So let's see what your message is for right now. Okay, I'm going to start with one from the past. We have Temperance in the back. Okay. Interesting. This is really interesting. We've got Temperance in the past position. We've got Four of Swords in the present position, and the Hierophant, 545. So that's an interesting little numerology there. And then if we add the 2 5s together, we get 1. If we add that to the 4, we also get 5. So what we're looking at here is the theme of change and the theme of transformation. And I want to say transmutation, where we're taking matter and we're changing it into something else. We're changing it into a different state. So that is what's happening on this spiritual level for you. You're literally taking this raw data or this raw matter that you are, and you're transmuting it into something else, into a new self. And Temperance, where we started in the past position, is all about blending and mixing. On this card, we have the masculine energy on one side, feminine energy on the other. And you can see she's pouring water from one into the other, and they're kind of going back and forth, learning how to blend and learning how to integrate. So, you know, for many people I've been talking to, as well as myself, this path is about figuring out where your strength is. Is it masculine energy? Is it feminine energy? And how do you heal the opposite one? So I'll give you myself as an example. I actually am a very feminine energy, but I grew up having a very strong masculine and a very weak feminine. But because this masculine energy was not who I really was, it was kind of hollow. It was a bit weak. You know, when my masculine energy would come out, it was puffed up and very kind of brittle, and there was no grounding in it because it really wasn't my true self. So I've had to learn how to tone down that masculine energy, build up the feminine energy, and then bring them together. So you may find yourself on one side of this or the other, but it looks like in the past you've been in this place of healing and bringing it all together, learning how to balance those two flows. There's also the idea of balancing giving with receiving. That is a masculine and feminine energy concept. Giving is actually this way: giving is masculine, receiving is feminine. This is where our world gets really mixed up, because a lot of women end up giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. That's really a masculine energy out of balance, because our masculine energy collectively is out of balance. So anyway, coming to the place of being able to do both, give and receive, is a practical way of looking at the balance of masculine and feminine. Where are we right now? We're in this moment of stasis. We're in this space where nothing, literally nothing is happening, nothing's going on. But what I really like about this card, and the feeling I'm getting from this card, is that there is an order to this. You're not just sitting in this state of stasis forever. There is a plan. Your higher self, your guides, there is a plan to where you're going next. but you need to really rest so that you can truly get the benefits of all of this integration and healing that you've been doing. The Four of Swords, as well as the Temperance card, is a big healing, that's big healing energy, especially together. And this is about not pushing it. Sometimes when the Temperance card comes up, it means that your vitality is actually quite strong because you've got everything balanced. But because we've got the Four of Swords next, we need to get into that place of balance and flow and health. So this is about taking time out to meditate, to really be still, and to, there's bears in a cave hibernating here. And I want to say that's what's going on, is that you just find yourself hibernating. Maybe you don't really feel like connecting with many people. Maybe you don't feel like going out. But what you're allowing this energy to do is really coalesce to a home with inside you. How redundant can we get? A home within you. All right. So you've been actively working on it, but now it needs to just kind of settle and actually come to a resting place within you so that it becomes part of you. Now, next, we have this wonderful Hierophant card, which has the grounding energies of Taurus, but also that amazing connection to the divine through that crown. And what's interesting, if you look at this Four of Swords card, that divine energy is all around you in the cave, outside of the cave. But you see here, it's now become part of you. You have that access to that channel. And the Temperance card, the toe is literally in the water, but the toe is in that cosmic water. So again, we're talking about true integration where you have this energy coming to live inside you in a way that it's not that it just tells you who you are, because it's not just about the identity. It tells you how you want to be, the choices you want to make, the bonds you want to form, the community you want to have. It's all going to start to guide you from the inside out. Rather than what you think you want or what you even feel you want in your heart, it's like this compass or barometer is getting like it's getting like surgically implanted into you so that you have this new way of discerning what it is that you like, but it becomes automatic. So you know how something either smells good or bad to you and you don't know why? So you smell it and you're like, oh, okay, that's nice, or ugh, get away from me. But you haven't gone through this whole process of, oh, well, there's notes of lavender and there's notes of jasmine in this, so it smells good to me, and there's notes of whatever in here. You don't do any analyzing, you just know instantly. That's what the integration of everything we're talking about is going to be. This Hierophant, you're just going to know where you want to be, the steps you want to take, and you're going to start really building a spiritual world for yourself. Rather than trying to fit in to a different one or something outside of you, you become the center of that spiritual world, and you start to really attract different things that support where you are into that spiritual world. I find this really interesting. I want to get a little bit more about the Hierophant. Can you tell me a bit more? Ace of Cups. Now, really, really wonderful card here. And compare, we've got this coming down and then we've got this coming down. So ultimately, this is about upgrading to an even deeper connection with your higher self. And you know what? I think there are no swords on here per se, but this is interesting. There are 5 streams of water. Remember, we talked about the 5. Look at that rainbow in the background, rainbow from the Temperance. And, I'm not exactly sure where the 4 of Swords would relate to this, except that this shows me this is the integration. This is now going to be that inner compass. And it's a stronger connection to your higher self. It's a stronger connection to the peace that comes with connecting to the higher self, because it knows, and then you know who you truly are. And there isn't going to be so much struggle. There's just going to be more of this open flow. And I also feel like for some, this is about a heightened form of intuition. And it's an intuition that almost works like fire sign intuition, where it's so immediate. Fire signs, when they're well balanced and developed, will always display intuitive action rather than impulsive or kind of aggressive action. That's the lower octave or the shadow side of a fire sign. This is just connected, divine inspiration. I go and I do it, and it's aligned and it's connected. So I see that coming in for you, although this is Ace of Cups. This is a Cups card. What else? I do believe that this is really starting to get to that different place from where you have been trying to be. This is so much a more connected, integrated flow. And even though there's separation, everything is blended in a way. So, your next steps or what is coming next, it's really just going to be there right for you. Like this everything is just going to flow right in a row. And you aren't going to have to try to align with it or find it. It's already going to be there, provided that you take the time to really rest and integrate now. Okay, and the last words on where we're headed with this. What changes is this going to bring either to the self or the outer world? Okay. Ace of Pentacles, another Ace of Pentacles. All right. So our double aces here, and isn't it funny? I said, if we add one more to this card, we get 5, and here we've got a little portal for you. Ace of Pentacles is a wonderful manifestation card. It is a really strong indication of success and prosperity coming towards you. So what this says is that as you're integrating into more of that higher self space, you have more of that connection to the divine consciousness coming down. And that really opens up the path for your desires to come true and to actually come to fruition on the earth. And these are going to be desires that are really aligned with the higher vibration, meaning more positivity, more love, more benefit for you. Okay, so you can't just go around asking for, well, I think I'd like a Mercedes, or I'd like a whatever kind of car, just for the sake of having it to make your ego feel good. But if that particular car or whatever you're trying to manifest is really connected to your sense of self-love, so, I deserve really good things, I deserve high quality things, I deserve to have something that makes me feel special, then it is possible to manifest the same thing. So it was just a mini little masterclass in the intent behind manifesting, because you can have anything you want. It just depends on why you're wanting it. And when we're talking about manifesting with the higher self, it's about aligning with the highest intention for what you want. Okay, so that's, if you have questions about that, that's definitely a conversation for later. I love working with people on manifesting according to your own astrology, human design, and where you are right now, because I think it's a little different for everyone. But anyway, back to this reading right now. We are looking at the Ace of Pentacles, and so this means whatever you've sowed, whatever you've been wanting, and your soul has been kind of holding for you in this vibrational escrow, with this moving forward through this space of flow and integration and resting and then finally culmination, what you've planted starts to grow. You start to see the seeds of what you've planted. And so this is really about being open, receiving, not forcing, and trusting that this is truly what is in front of you. It's hard right now because of this Four of Swords, because nothing's happening. We're in this suspended waiting period, or the suspended reality. Wait, because the good thing is coming, right? And where you can cross the bridge between those realities is trust. Trusting that, literally rainbow bridge in both of these cards, right? Rainbow, rainbow. Trusting that that pot of gold is at the end of the rainbow, that all you have to do is rest and wait and trust the work you've done. Is there anything else that we need? Just want to remind you that you are heard. This is interesting too, the imagery. We've got this labyrinth on the page of, the Ace of Pentacles, labyrinth also on the Hierophant. So you see the connection between this upgraded, integrated sense of self with the higher self, and then the connection between the manifestations to support that higher self. So I think this is what I'll leave you with. This is the most important part of this reading, I think. That what is going to manifest in front of you is going to then support your next steps on your journey through this integrated higher self being. So you may have put 10 things in your shopping cart, but there may be only 3 things that resonate with your current vibration, your higher self, what your higher self needs in their path right now. So it's not that that other stuff is never going to come true. It's just that right now, there are only specific things that your higher self needs to do its next phase. Okay, so this is about just allowing and receiving and being grateful for what comes through, rather than being pissed off that you didn't get the whole shopping cart. This is about just knowing that your answers, your desires, and your, I'll say, prayers are being received and answered in a way that is most constructive for you. Okay. Well, I wish you so much peace and strength and abundance on this next stage of your journey. If you are looking for even more clarity, or you'd like some one-on-one support, I do offer one-on-one readings, as well as more extended mentoring packages for those who also want to grow even more on the spiritual path. I think, in my experience, repeated help gets you farther than maybe a one here and one there. So if you're really ready to grow, please check out soulguidancewithadriana.com. And any questions, shoot me a text or in the comments below. That would be awesome. And I'll look forward to seeing you soon.